Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing off yet another red-eyed crocodile skink enclosure. If you have watched me for I don't know, probably the last year and a half, then you know I've put out a lot of red-eyed crocodile skink enclosure tours because I'm never happy with them. Not being happy with your enclosures is a very, very expensive problem to have. I'm going to leave a list down below to everything that I used and everything that I did to make this enclosure. One thing I want to note before we get started is that some of this build I purchased, but I have an affiliate link for the company that I purchased them from, and I will talk about that when I get to that point, but I just want to make it known that I do have an affiliate link down below for this company, which is Custom Reptile Habitats. If you end up shopping through them for anything and you use my link, I will make a small commission. I just wanted to make that very clear. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Oh yeah, wait, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Okay, and now let's go ahead and get started. So this is Fugaku's 20-gallon long. It has a land section and a water section that are absolutely crucial to red-eyed crocodile skinks because they require a lot of humidity, and in nature they live right on the water in the muckiness right before you get to the water. So it's important to incorporate a large amount of water into their enclosure. And you can do this by offering a water bowl, but I chose to offer 2 divided sections. This enclosure also has a universal rocks background, and it also has Custom Reptile Habitats siding, which allows the enclosure to have not only just a background, but siding that matches as well, so it looks like one enclosed biome. It's such a lovely background. I love the material, I love the color, and Fugaku climbs this all the time. I will include pictures throughout the video where you'll get to see her really enjoying herself on the background. But I actually have an affiliate link for the side pieces, so I will leave that down below. I'll leave all the products that I used to build this down below, but yeah, just be aware that some of the things will have an affiliate link. In addition to the background and the side pieces, there are little rocks on the surface spread throughout the enclosure that are made from the same material as the back and the side pieces, and they're hollow on the inside and allow for a place for Fugaku to hide. She hid in them when she first had the enclosure. It's been a few months now, and she has found other hiding places, one of which you'll see in a minute, where she hides all the time now. In addition to the background and the rocks, she also has manzanita wood for some coverage and enrichment. It's really important that red-eyed crocodile skinks feel secure and safe in their enclosure, so you just don't want to leave it bare and open. And then she also has some neon pothos. So this is the divider between the land and the water sections. I would say the enclosure is 3/4 or 2/3 land, and then the smaller portion would be water. But to divide them, I used a piece of acrylic that went straight front to back, and then I siliconed it in place. And then I also had to fit the background over that, so I just cut a line in the background so that it would slide over the acrylic. But the water section is complete with a pump that allows for water to flow out of the background and create a really nice sound. It trickles down the background onto the side piece and then trickles down that little ledge on the side into the water. It's just lovely to create water movement. It's lovely to create that sound, and Fugaku likes standing underneath the splashing water or where it collects on the ledge. Now this enclosure with the water section also has live bamboo. It also has a bunch of different substrates that I will include down below. Essentially, there is Carib Sea river sand, which is really small stones, as you can see here in the front. And that is mostly in the front, well, towards the front of the enclosure. And then towards the pump are the larger or actual stones, because I didn't want the little rocks to get sucked into the pump. All right, now let's talk about the land section. So it has a drainage layer at the bottom, then followed by a layer of mesh to keep the substrate out of the drainage layer. And then there's a lot of inches of substrate. Part of the reason for this is that I wanted it to hold a lot of humidity without just being completely sodden all the time. And then another reason is because Fugaku does like to burrow down a little bit, and also the more coverage you offer them, so if you put a nice thick layer of sphagnum on top, for example, the safer they'll feel. I also wanted the land and the water sections to meet. So as you can see, it's the same level as where the water is in the water section and the land is on the land side, even though there's that little acrylic lip in between them both. Now the substrate is completely bioactive. It has dwarf white tropical isopods and springtails. The substrate blend that I used I will leave down below, but it's basically just a combination of organic topsoil, sand, some drainage material, eco earth, and cocoa chip, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But it's just a soil blend that I've been using at home. You might have also noticed that I used it in my firebelly toad paludarium, and I just really like that mix. I also put some sphagnum moss and some leaf litter on top of that substrate. There's a few more things I want to say about this build, and that it is my favorite build, my favorite red-eyed crocodile skink build especially, that I've ever made. As you know, I've made a few of them on this channel. Fugaku has never responded to them the way that she has responded to this one. I see her out so often. She really doesn't ever hide, with the exception of like tucking her body away, like her head will still be poked out. And before, I used to like really have to struggle to find her. So she must really feel comfortable with this setup. And beyond that, I love to see her interact with her background. I love to see her interact with the waterfall of the enclosure. Like, it is just an absolute joy to be able to watch her in her environment, enjoying herself. This video was originally recorded back in February, so she's been in this enclosure for quite some time, but I really just wanted to see how it went before I shared it online, but it's gone really, really well. I'm glad I waited because now I have all these lovely pictures of her to share. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my like 6th or 7th red-eyed crocodile skink enclosure. Fugaku seems to like it. I see Fugaku a lot more, which is a plus for me. Let me know if you liked it by leaving a like or a comment. Also, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. And with all that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!